Well, after Tuesday's fatal police shooting in Illinois, the number of officers shot and killed in the line of duty this year in the U.S. has now risen to 24, with 6 of those, a fourth of those, happening just in the month of August alone. Joining us now on 5 on 2 is a man with a unique perspective on this very important issue. Randy Beane, of course, was a longtime Dayton police officer whose partner was killed in the line of duty. He was injured in that incident many years ago. Randy was also the longtime head of the police union here, and he has 3 sons in law enforcement. So given all that, I can't wait to hear what you make of what's happening right now in this country as far as law enforcement is concerned.
Well, I also have a daughter-in-law that's a police officer. My wife was a police officer. And it's disturbing when you hear the rhetoric and the people calling for the killing of police officers. Certainly that is disturbing to everybody. What's equally disturbing is now that we have politicians that are jumping on the bandwagon. We have police chiefs that aren't backing their officers. We have a long way to go.
Clearly something has changed in the last few years, and I'm having trouble putting my finger on it. Can you tell me what is something, the dynamic here has changed somehow, and it's suddenly become almost open season on police officers?
It certainly has, and I think that people are not taking responsibility for their actions. Every action will have a reaction, and certainly if I can tell anybody out there is to obey what the police officer says. Certainly you may not agree with it, but there are avenues to resolve that. When you resist arrest, when you point a gun, nothing can happen. So every action has a reaction, and I'm kind of perplexed why people can't see that.
Of course, you know, 1991, you and Steve Whalen had the incident. Steve lost his life. You were injured in that. You know, every time I drive down 35, I see that Steve Whalen Boulevard sign. I think of him, and I know you do as well. And here again, you have the unique perspective of hopefully giving us some idea what these departments in Illinois and these departments in Houston and all over the country, what are they dealing with right now? I mean, inside, what we're not seeing.
Certainly, you would like to hope that there's protocol or training when situations like this happen, but we are all humans, and so it's hard to have a planned avenue when a police officer is killed. Your emotions run the gambit, and there's not much you can do. We're humans. We truly are, and people think that we're robots and that our training takes away a lot of those personal feelings. It does not.
There's been a lot of discussion nationally, locally of late about body cams, whether officers should wear that or not, whether that would help, you know, pull back the curtain and give everybody some insight into exactly what happens in these encounters and documents it. What are your thoughts on body cams? Are they the answer?
I don't think it's the answer. I think there's pros and cons to that. Certainly I believe in a lot of dialogue with members of the community. I believe in increasing the number of African American officers on departments. But in order to do that, you have to get into the schools at an early age, break down the barriers, whether they're real or perceived, so that African American youth want to grow up to be police officers.
Well, Randy Beane, a guy who literally dodged the bullet back in 1991, thank you so much for coming in, and certainly hoping for the best for all of your offspring who now wear the badge.
Thank you.
Randy, great to see you.
Nice seeing you.
Katie.